Welcome to the premiere episode of Be Seen Where It Counts. I'm your co-host and executive editor, Sherry Sherbin.
Be Seen Where It Counts is an online video community magazine. Today, we are coming to you from the Calhoun County Fairgrounds for the All Things Vintage Market and Camper Show. I'm your co-host, Max Brundage.
In this episode of Be Seen Where It Counts, we'll be interviewing with Megan Harvey. She's the executive director of the Calhoun County Fairgrounds. Today, we're going to talk about all things vintage happening right here in Marshall. We will feature an update in our community segment on the Miles for Memories event that just recently happened at the Cool Center in Battle Creek, Michigan. In our Leadership Spotlight segment, we'll introduce you to Lakeview High School junior Levi Yeomans and his coach, Willie English. Levi is the newest Michigan High School Division II diving champion. We will ask him about his future goals and dreams.
In my real estate segment, we will invite you to Calhoun County. I will roll out the red carpet and share 3 select properties from Calhoun County that we have chosen to share with you. The Calhoun County Fair is Michigan's oldest fair. It began in 1848. Today, the fair is housed at the Calhoun County Fairgrounds in Marshall, Michigan.
I am here with Megan Harvey, who is the director of the Calhoun County Fairgrounds. And gosh, Megan, welcome to Be Seen Where It Counts.
Thank you.
All right. This is looking like it's going to be a very successful year again this year. So let's talk about this coming event.
This event is called Marshall's All Things Vintage. There are 52 vendors. There's a combination of indoor and outdoor booths.
Do you have any idea how many are expected to be in attendance this year?
Last fall, when we held this event for the first time, we had over 700 spectators come through the gates for this event. So we're expecting that plus some.
The Vintage Camper Show is going to be new to the event this year. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
The Vintage Camper Show, yes, was an add-on. We have 17 campers signed up. They will do a rally and camper tour on Sunday from 10 to 3, and it's open for the public to tour the campers and then vote on their favorite one.
All right, so I mentioned earlier that this is the site of the Calhoun County Fair. So the fair is going to be coming up again this summer. When is that scheduled?
The Fair Week will be held August 13th through the 19th of 2017, runs Sunday through Saturday for the 169th year.
And in this 169th year, is there anything that's going to be featured that maybe is different than before?
This year we are doing Mega Monster Monday on Monday night during Fair Week again with monster trucks. And new this year on Thursday night will be Liverpool Legends, which is a Beatles tribute band. So that will be the first time we have tried something along those lines.
In addition to that and some of the wonderful things that you come up with here at the fairgrounds, are there any other things that might be expected to be new at the fairgrounds this year?
This year, starting May 19th and 26th, we are having Friday night Under the Lights bull riding, which are amateur bull riders throughout Calhoun County and the local southern Michigan area that will be coming to the fairgrounds to ride, just to put on a simple show while they get practice and provide entertainment for the general public. In late August, we have a Sportsman's Expo, which is a wide variety of sport-related vendors that will be here with bows and boats and campers and anything the outdoor enthusiasts would like.
So in addition to maybe bringing boats and campers and the like, is there space that vendors can rent, and what does that look like?
Anybody that's interested in renting space for that event can call the office if they want to come out for that event. The Conservation District is coming out, Trout Unlimited, along with several other nonprofits as well.
Now, in addition to the events that you plan here at the fairgrounds, folks can actually rent out space on the grounds for other reasons, right?
Yes, every building has been rented for either baby shower, wedding, receptions. We have a church that's very small and simple that's rented out for weddings, motorcycle rallies, dog shows. We have a wide variety of events coming in through the summer, so we can accommodate several different ideas, and we're a venue that can accommodate anybody with a rental need.
Well, the interesting thing about that is some of these events are generally either a very long day or they could be a couple of different days. And what some folks might not know about is that there is camping available on the grounds. Is that right? And how does that work?
Yes, we do have camping available on the grounds. You can, if you're just passing through the area and you want to camp, we are more than welcoming for you to do that. If you are a camper group or coming in with a group, we also allow group rate for camping. We have shaded areas, water and electric, and we also have a dump station, as well as a comfort center with showers and bathrooms to accommodate.
So if I were going to be a visitor and stay here, what kinds of rates are we looking at?
So right now we are accommodating people that are coming through the area for a month and months at a time. So we do accommodate that rather than charging our full rate. We will put it on a sliding scale for them, so it's also affordable and a revenue stream for us.
And you have a lot of things that are going on around here at the fairgrounds, which really works out well for you, and it works out well for the community. How do you keep track of everything that's happening and help the community stay on top of that?
We keep the community in the loop by being very active on Facebook. Calhoun County Fairgrounds is what we are on Facebook. CalhounCountyFair.org/calendar. You can find all of our events there. You will also find us on Instagram, as well as in several print materials, keeping all of our events on there and as up to date as possible.
There's a variety of different ways to find you electronically on the internet, obviously on Facebook, but every now and then there's that one person who needs to talk to you on the phone. So what's the phone number here? What number should they call?
The number here is area code 269-781-8161. If we are not in the office, the answering machine will pick up and we will get back with them.
The Vintage Market's going to be a great success this weekend, and frankly, you've already planned another one coming up later in the fall. So tell us a little bit about what's happening in the fall.
The fall event will be held September 17th. It is a Sunday again, 10 to 3. Several of the vendors that are already here have signed up again, as well as we will have another barn full of vendors, as well as a bigger camping rally. The event for this spring has really taken off, and we're just going to continue to grow that event.
And really, thank you for inviting us to be out here. Thanks for having Be Seen Where It Counts out here at the fairgrounds for the All Things Vintage Market and Vintage Camper Show.
Thank you.
Earlier this week, the Miles for Memories Project held the 2017 Research Update at the Cool Family Center in Battle Creek. Miles for Memories creates solutions for those impacted by dementia in Calhoun County through movement, programming, and research.
This is the 5th year for Miles for Memories, which is a grassroots community project, and our goal is to raise funds that we can keep here in Calhoun County to support those families who are going through the dementia journey.
And I'm wearing my 100th anniversary Michigan State Police pin. This year, 2017, marks our 100th year with Michigan State Police. Not me, but the department.
Michigan State Trooper Christy Angelo detailed how important the Help Home project can be to families and law enforcement, and how easy it is to get involved.
A loved one. The Calhoun County Consolidated Dispatch Center, and it's voluntary. It's a voluntary program. We got a grant. We're calling it the Tech Grant to ensure they come home. The grant is through the Michigan Health Endowment Fund and the Battle Creek Community Foundation. But what this is you will get a flash drive, and it will have the fingerprints, pictures of a video, and we will ask questions to help if your loved one does wander off, like Ann's Aunt Tootie did, to help law enforcement identify where they may go and who they are, how they talk, what they look like. So you will have an extra tool at home that can help law enforcement.
The Miles for Memories updates were presented by Dr. Scott Counts and Dr. Graham Atkin, both from Michigan State University.
Now, you may have played this
I'm going to start with
Dr. Scott Counts highlighted non-pharmacological treatment information with some very positive results, from music therapy, the use of virtual reality glasses, and the playing of various video games.
target health conditions that are actually linked to the onset of dementia. They don't.
a new consideration for physicians. So,
Dr. Graham Atkin provided new details on the interactions and effects of seizures in dementia patients. Dr. Atkin also reinforced the importance of healthy living habits with diet and exercise, both in prevention and treatment of dementia.
normal behaviors in the body we're controlling, because we're all talking at exactly the same time. That type of situation in the brain is a seizure. That's what's happening in a seizure. You've got hyperactivity, so overactivity, of your neurons, they're communicating all at the same time, and they're not listening to each other, and it gets very sort of aberrant and bad things occur.
Thanks for letting us update you on the Miles for Memories 2017 Research Update.
Well, I'm here with Robert Haskey for the Vintage Camper portion of today's festivities. Robert, tell us a little bit about what we've got here.
Okay, this is our 1957 Trotwood Cub camper that we've restored. We've had it about 6 years.
Have you seen a lot of foot traffic around here checking out what you've got?
Foot traffic today has been incredible. We're very pleased with the amount of people coming through here. It's been almost a nonstop crowd.
We've been unanimously told this was a very good addition to our events. Could you tell us a little bit about what more we might have with these other campers?
Yeah, we have a wonderful variety here of campers, everything from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and in many different sizes, all the way from, say, like a 10-foot up to looks like a 20-some foot camper out there. So in various stages of originality and restoration.
Well, Robert, when you're not showing off your camper, what do you do?
Well, I myself, to earn a living, is an engineer, and so that helped in my restoration. But really, anybody could restore these campers if they wanted to. If you can take them apart, you can put them back together. So, but you know, camping is a fun hobby for us.
How do you search for specific parts when you're restoring one of these vintage campers?
Well, obviously with the internet around, it's easier than say it was probably 20 years ago. So that's a great resource. And then just coming out to rallies and getting involved and talking with people, finding other owners of the same brand that you have. They have resources, and you can find the salvage yards that way. And there are stores like Vintage Trailer Supply and other online places that do cater and carry a lot of original parts, or having them remanufactured for these vintage campers.
Robert, would you tell us a little bit more about the types of organizations that support the vintage camper hobby?
Oh, yeah, it's wonderful support out there. There's some national organizations, even international, one of them being Tin Can Tourists that we're a member of. And then there's also a lot of like local communities. We go to camp out with the North Indiana Vintage Trailer Rally Association, and they do stuff in Southern Indiana as well. So even regionally, there's a lot of great clubs that have rallies and camp locally and get together.
Well, Robert, I thank you for taking the time here to tell us a little bit about the vintage camper scene.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming out here and documenting this for us.
Well, I love the vintage campers being here. They're just so cute to see, and the people have been so friendly and helpful, and I think that's probably the best part is the people. It's a very well-organized event. I appreciate that.
Susan, what has been your favorite thing about today's event?
Seeing the vintage campers. They're adorable. It almost made me want to camp.
Lakeview High School junior Levi Yeomans is the 2017 Michigan Boys Division II State Diving Champion. He and his coach Willie English just returned from the Region 6 competition at Purdue University, where Levi finished 5th. Levi caught the eye of several college coaches with the results of his hard work and discipline.
Levi, tell me how you did in Indianapolis.
The main goal for Indianapolis was definitely to, go out there, have fun, make it a good learning experience. I placed 5th overall, so I didn't do too bad at the meet, and I definitely was looking to qualify for nationals. That's the main goal this year.
What's a typical day like for you during swim season?
Usually, I start off, get here about 3:15, get a small warm up. Get on the board, do some front jumps, and then Willie usually tell us what we got going on for the day.
How did you get started with diving?
I got started with diving when I was in 6th grade. I was at the middle school and just on free time during a swim lesson thing that we had to do for middle school. And Julie Youngquist, the swim coach here, told me to give the dive coach at the high school a call. So give him a call and been here pretty much ever since.
How would you encourage other students that are thinking about going into diving to keep following that path?
I would definitely tell them, 110% go out for it. Kind of thought I would like it, but not really when I was first starting. And, just the more I stayed with it, the more I realized, hey, I'm getting pretty good at this. I could do something cool.
What's a typical day like for you when you're not in swim season?
We still have practice right after school, so I get to practice about 3:15. I work a lot more on like the fundamentals, like the board work, the front jumps, and then go through usually a smaller workout, working on more things that I need to work on that I should have during season but didn't have time to.
Who is the biggest help to you outside of Willie, your coach?
My parents are definitely the biggest help, other than Willie. All the family and friends. My parents always make sure that I have everything that I need for dive practices, dive meets. Got a long meet, my parents will get me my animal crackers and my Gatorade that I got at every meet. So my parents are probably two of the coolest people I have ever met in my entire life. My mom, her name is Kim. When I was growing up, she took me and my sister to school every single day until we both got our licenses. Any chance she gets to drive us around, she loves. Spend time with us, she's absolutely amazing. My dad is the exact same way. Any little bit of time that we have together is absolutely awesome. My goals for next year are definitely to win state again, be a two-time state champ. I would like to win all the meets this year. I won every meet except for one. I'm really hoping to make that another goal. And I want to break the records that have been up on the record board since 1982. It's been a goal of mine since I was in middle school.
Now, when you come out of that, it's just like you were going to go on your hands, okay? So when I call you out, up. Right? God has blessed me. I've been very, very, very fortunate to have been able to have my hand in the training of most all divers that have come out of Battle Creek. And that's just because Battle Creek's small. I love these kids. I love them. They're my kids. They'll always be my kids. When I see them, I hug them. It's just, if you can hear me talk about it, that's my passion. God has blessed me. He's blessed me a lot. I've been able to work with some divers that have had some great, great potential. The opportunity for some of these swimmers and divers to have opportunity to maybe try to qualify for the Olympics. Just recently, we had Clay Youngquist, whom his mom is LAC coach, who's down at the other end of the pool, who worked very hard to have that opportunity. But that's the key word here, work. It's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of sacrifice. It's going to take a lot of commitment in order for even you to have a thought process to do that.
I want to dive in college. I think that would be a really nice experience, and it definitely help pay for college if I can find a nice scholarship somewhere and that has what I'd like to do for schooling. That'd make things real fun.
Most college coaches really do recruit based on what your potential, not what can you do for them now, but maybe what you can do for the team down the road. And he's certainly got a whole lot of potential. And sure, do I think he has an opportunity to make an Olympic trial competition? Certainly. He's got some work to do, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. And I think with his work ethic and his drive, he could do that.
Willie English has been coaching swimming and diving for many years. He has coached some very talented people and even a few Olympic hopefuls. But recently, Willie faced one of the toughest parts of his life, the tragic loss of one of those talented hopefuls, Jordell Wells. Jordell was Willie's brother.
My little brother, Jordell Wells, unfortunately, we lost him around Christmas time. And when he was a sophomore, he was fourth at the state meet at Eastern Michigan. And I promised him, you make all-state, I'll take you to Indiana diving camp. And he was fourth. And we went down to Indiana diving camp with Jeff Huber. And I picked him up that Friday from camp. And Jeff put his arm around Jordell and said, if he sticks with it and he does all the things necessary, I could see him at the Olympic trials. Not on the team, but at the trials, making an effort to try to make that team. For me as a coach, and to hear that come from about my brother, certainly gave me a lot of pride, but it also gave me a lot of confidence as a coach. Coming from an Olympic coach, saying that a kid that I trained has that a possibility, that drives me. It drives me a lot. Unfortunately, I'm going to use this opportunity to talk about the situation that happened with that young man, that he lost his focus, stepping away from what people have set up for you to be successful. Because that's my job as a coach. Is not only coach these kids to be divers, but also to be successful when they leave this program. And unfortunately, Jardel lost a battle with addiction. And I truly believe in my heart that if I could have continued to help him down the path that we had set up for him, diving-wise, he would still be here.
I would give Willie the biggest thanks that anybody could. If I could hold the sign from the Empire State Building, I would. But, Willie has done everything he possibly could to make me the best diver that I can, and he's missed his family time to be at practices, to be at meets, and he's just all around best coach there is out there. My parents, I definitely would tell them thank you for pushing me, especially coming in my freshman year. I was gonna quit diving and decided, my parents, maybe come back, and I'm more than glad that I did, because it's turned out to something great.
I still cry, I still miss him, just even talking about him right now. It's still hard. He should be here. He should be here on this deck helping me. He really should. Jardel should not be gone. Not over a drug addiction. He should not be gone.
The world's not a good place, but if you can make it a better place, then that's what you should do.
Hard work, dedication, focus, and great coaching are all ingredients to success, not just in swimming and diving, but in life. We plan on keeping an eye on Levi and Willie in future programs.
I'm with Tony from Battle Creek. Tony, tell us about how your time has gone today at the event.
Great, good time, good people, making some money and showing my artwork. It's a good day.
Yeah? And how's the turnout been for you?
Really good. I always like more traffic. Good turnout, good people. I'm enjoying myself.
And what kinds of things did you bring today?
The things I brought is my artwork. I disassemble old pallets. I paint on them, fun signs, a lot of custom, whimsical, quirky stuff. It just depends upon what you like.
Now, you well know there's another event coming in September. Are you going to be here?
Of course. I know there's another event. I'm going to be here, of course. Not with bells on, but with my artwork for sure.
All right, Tony, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
I'm here with Debbie. She's from Battle Creek. Hi, Debbie.
Hi.
So tell us, Debbie, what did you bring with you today?
I have a lot of mid-century modern pieces in one booth and a lot of primitives in the other.
And how's the turnout been for you today?
Oh, fantastic. I own 9 Lives Vintage in Battle Creek, and a lot of my items are really low end, and I don't get a lot of higher priced purchases just because of the economy. And I brought a lot of my higher end pieces here, and they're just flying out of the barn. So it's incredible.
Would you consider coming to another event again?
Absolutely. I'm planning on it. I'd like to come this fall.
Outstanding. And then what has really been most special for you today?
All the customers, everybody has been so friendly and I just can't get over how interactive everybody's been with me.
All right. Well, thanks, Debbie. Thank you for being with us today. I'm here with Carla from Marshall. Carla, tell us what you brought with you today.
We have farmhouse industrial type of reclaimed, repurposed materials, household, garden, basically knickknacks too.
And how's the turnout been for you today?
It's been great. It's been awesome. Very busy today.
We have another event that's going to be coming up later in the year. Would you be interested in coming back again?
Oh, yes, definitely. Would come back again.
I'm here with Jenny. She's from Battle Creek. Jenny, tell us what you brought with you today.
I brought mainly vintage items, a lot of smalls. I brought a lot of smalls today and a few big pieces of furniture.
All right. And how has the turnout been for you today?
It's been really good. I've been surprised. My small items aren't going as fast as I thought they would, but the big items are gone.
And that's the best part, right?
So I don't have to haul them home. So I'm happy.
there's going to be another event coming in September. Would you entertain coming to the event in September again?
Yes, I would. I'm already signed up.
That's what we like to hear. If you knew somebody that was interested in this kind of thing for their home, what would you say to them to get them to come out?
As far as customers, if they've never been to one, it's just fun. It's fun to walk around and look. You're never going to know what you're going to find at one of these. There's so many different things to look at and to find. You're going to see something from your childhood, I guarantee it. And you're going to find something unique to take home.
Well, I'm here with Ann Michaels today at the All Things Vintage Market. You're a vendor, is that right?
That's correct.
Tell us a little bit about what you brought.
I have a mixture of primitives and mid-century. Just a lot of big things, a lot of good vintage items.
How's the response been to what your inventory is today?
It was phenomenal. I've had a huge amount of people. I know I've surpassed what I did last year as far as the amount of sales, and moved a lot of big pieces and met a lot of new people.
Robert, is this your first time out to the All Things Vintage Market?
It is.
Very good. This is actually our second annual one. We did one last year, and it was well received, and we seem to have an even better turnout this time.
Yeah, I think it's great. It gets people out in the community and seeing friends and meeting new people, and so I think it's a good event. I'm enjoying it. I didn't get to come last year, but it's pretty cool, and it's drawn quite a crowd.
So I'm with David today from Coldwater, Michigan. Davis, tell us what you brought with you today.
A little bit of everything, a lot of housewares, all for the most part mid-century modern, 50s, 60s, 70s, a lot of kitchenware, some furniture, clothing. If it's weird, we try to get it, yeah.
So tell us how the turnout's been for you today.
It's been outstanding. Was not expecting this flow of traffic, honestly, and I couldn't ask for anything better, honestly, yeah.
Well, they're going to have another one in the fall. Are you coming to that one too?
Probably 85% sure that we're going to come to that one, absolutely.
And then tell us what makes this event special for you.
Diversity in the different areas here. For the most part, everything's vintage, but every booth is just a little bit different and catering to just about every want you could have as far as vintage goods go. So, yeah.
And then last question, you mentioned you're from Coldwater, so what brought you all the way from Coldwater to be part of today?
Do some shopping here in Marshall, a lot of the downtown stores, vintage, and Ann from Vintage turned us on to it, and we thought it was a great idea, so we came out.
So I'm with Tina from Wapakoneta. So Tina, tell us what you brought with you today.
I have a real eclectic mix. I have vintage repurposed items, painted furniture, just small collectibles, a little bit of everything, and even some rustic and handmaids.
And tell us about how the turnout has been for you today.
It's been really good for me. This is my first time at this event. It's actually my first vintage market ever, and I've been really pleased. I think I've sold quite a few things, both big and small.
Outstanding. So would you come back to another event at the fairgrounds?
I think I would like to, yes.
8900 25.5 Mile Road in Homer, Michigan is the perfect starter home. With 3 large bedrooms, a master suite on the main floor, it has all the amenities for an entry-level home. New roof, new windows, and new furnace await you with this gem. 20010 15 Mile Road in Marshall, Michigan is a terrific home for your family. 3 bedrooms, 1.5 bathrooms, and right around the corner from Cornwell's Turkeyville. If you've ever wanted to live on the water, you need to take a look at 2171 Country Club Way in Albion, Michigan. Located on Duck Lake with 5 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms, it can accommodate everyone. Fully updated, overlooking the lake with a deck, you need to see this one. This property is walking distance from Duck Lake Country Club. If you'd like to see these properties, call me.
Thanks for joining us today on Be Seen Where It Counts. A special thanks to the Calhoun County Fairgrounds.
And to the All Things Vintage Market and Camper Show. This was a great event.
If you're interested in being part of a future episode of Be Seen Where It Counts, be sure to reach out to us.
Make sure to like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel to receive notifications of our events and happenings, so you always know how to
Be seen where it counts. As part of that goal to put the community first, we began our Man and Woman of the Year program in
Scene Magazine recently recognized Vince Pavone as their Man of the Year. The ceremony was held at the McCamley Plaza, and Vince was honored by friends, family, and colleagues. We are preparing a very special show to highlight and feature Vince and his efforts to make our community a very special place to live. You will not want to miss this program.
I am a veteran. My victory was finding the strength to be a champion.
My victory is having a job I can be proud of.
At DAV, we help veterans get the benefits they've earned.
My victory was finishing my education.
My victory was getting help to put our lives back together.
DAV provides veterans with a lifetime of support.
My victory is being there for my family.
Help us support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.